So lunch has arrived along with some very pleasant background music. Let's hope we don't get a copyright strike on. Anyway, this was described to me by Lyndon as scrambled egg. What do you think? Pretty high quality scrambled egg, I'd say. Anyway, bon appetit.
Gracias.
Cheers. Right, lunch duly imbibed. Terrible music still going on. Let's jump back on the bikes. All right, a little post-lunch off-roadiness to get us out of the restaurant area. Oh, it was excellent food there. Some sort of strange event going on, however, involving horses and musical instruments. Sounded like the horses were playing the musical instruments. So we've got about 40 kilometres on the sort of main road, and then we got, I think, about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so on the twisties. Right, we're back on the road. So that little odd cafe place that we just went to was just near this town of Carmona, which is obviously a historic place. Amazing buildings here. Check out that one ahead. Look, it's got a tower. I think that's reminiscent of Moors type architecture. The Moors being the Muslims that came up from Morocco, attempted to take over chunks of Spain back in the day. Didn't succeed, I don't think. Christians beat them off. I think that's how it worked out. Anyway, you see a lot of Moors type architecture as a result in Spain, and that's some of it. Slippery cobblestones, my favourite. Great little town though. Right, just joining the faster road now for a little bit, just to clear the environs of Seville, because it's a Saturday afternoon. It's going to get busy, so we're just going to fly past the environs of Seville before we hit some more mountain roads, I think, some more twisties. It's amazing, you come onto this faster road and you can feel the added heat coming off the tarmac. The temperature gauge is now reading 37 degrees as the day continues to heat up. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Seville. Not actually the centre of Seville, obviously, we're trying to miss the town, but the environs of. I've never actually been to Seville as a tourist to look around, so, or Sevilla. One day I'll put that right and come in for a proper look round. In the meantime, we've got motorcycling to do. I'll just turn the camera on because we're going over this rather cool bridge, and I've got a bit of a thing for bridges. Check this one out. One of these sort of single span suspension jobbies. Cool. And eagle-eyed ones amongst you will have noticed that the GS is asking for some more fuel, so need to do a little stop for some go juice soon. Saying we've got a range of 82 kilometres. So yeah, I'm not going to make it to the hotel, so we will stop soon for a bit of fuel up. I imagine everybody else is in the same boat. Portugal on the signs now, 152k to Portugal. We won't be making it today, but tomorrow it's not too far away to the border. Not that I'm expecting us to even notice much of a border, it being another EU country. Quick stop for some juice. Excellent. Top service.
Just gonna put a little bit. Hola, buenas.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
That'll get me there. Cheers. Right, just a splash and dash, because what we want to do is get all the bikes basically to the same level, so in terms of fuel, because obviously we're using it at roughly the same amount. So just pumped in about 8 litres, enough to make sure I can get to the hotel tonight, which we absolutely can, and a little bit beyond, and then we'll fill all the bikes up at the same time tomorrow, I expect, if not last thing tonight, and then we'll all be in sync. Otherwise we're going to be stopping every quarter of an hour for somebody else that's got a low fuel warning. But just up to the right now we can see this mountain that's been mined. It looks sort of open cast. There's tracks along the side. There's solar panels on the top of it now actually, but tracks along the side where it's obviously been mined, and I think that's for metals, so I think we're talking copper and iron ore in these parts. Yeah, quite marked now, look, where the trees, grasses are starting to reclaim the land. So we've just stopped in this little shady nook because over here, I'm going to show you in a minute, I'll turn the camera around, there's something quite special. There's some special new high-tech solar power collectors, which you can see for miles around Seville. We've been looking at them for ages. And I saw a TV documentary about these at some point a while back, and they collect the sun in a particular way. It's a very high energy output, different way to normal solar panels, and eventually the whole of this area is going to be covered by them. And apparently this part of Spain is going to be the energy generating centre for Europe. That's the hope anyway. But let me show you the towers that I'm talking about. Pretty cool, eh? Anyway, back on the bike, a few more miles to do, a few more twisties before we get to the hotel, and hopefully maybe a little dip in the swimming pool. Certainly do with one. So that was quite a fortuitous little rest. We used nature's facilities, I'll say no more, and have a look at those solar panel things over there. Fascinating. So we've got about another, I think about an hour and a half, the latter 40k of which is going to be quite twisted before we get to that hotel and the dip, so looking forward to that. Good that they've got the Christmas decorations up. They're either very early or a little bit late. What's going on there? Actually, it looks like a bit like a fairground. Maybe it's a bank holiday. They do love holidays in Spain, so perhaps we've stumbled across a holiday weekend and didn't realise. We're carrying plenty of water because it's very obviously very hot. It's saying 38 degrees on the temperature gauge at the moment, so you know, in the sort of mid-90s Fahrenheit, and it's 10 to 5 in the evening. Not showing any signs of cooling down yet. But so we're carrying plenty of water, was my point, in the top box, which is of course made of steel with the sun beating on it all day. So needless to say, you could have showered in the water. So I'm not entirely convinced the hot water's that refreshing, but anyway, better than no water, I guess. But that is why there's so few people out on the streets, is because it's too hot, frankly. I know that may seem a million miles away from whatever the weather's doing where you are at the moment, but yeah, it is proper hot here. I ain't complaining, because as a Brit we don't get this stuff much, so I'm loving it, lapping it up. Actually, it's a lovely town up there, look. So we are in amongst the hot stuff again now. Once you come inland in Spain, it really is ferociously hot in summer. This part is no different, as you can see by the colour of the landscape. Properly brown. Even though actually, I was told yesterday, they have had a reasonable amount of rain this summer, which is unusual for Spain, of course. But also, like so many other hot countries, they've had more than their fair share of fires too. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some blacked out areas of land as we ride through. Certainly as we flew into Malaga yesterday, oh, that lovely lake down there, we saw some fires burning from the aeroplane window. A common problem across the world this year, it seems. That river actually looking very inviting. And another completely different set of landscape views now, in these sort of smaller hills and really twisty roads. And there's the river, or part of it. Interesting sign just there, look, penis. And why not? Some brand names just don't work internationally, do they? I would suggest that's one of them. I'll tell you what, once again on this dry, hot ground, you can certainly smell the penis, which is of course Spanish for pines, little unfortunately. But yeah, the penis smells lovely. Not words that I thought I'd be saying on YouTube too much, or indeed anywhere. This road is crazy. It looks brand new actually, the surface is lovely, but it just twists and turns, ducks and dives for miles, it seems. It's a great road, but unlike other Spanish roads that I've ridden similarly, no barriers I can't help but notice, which means I'm going to ride slightly more to the left than maybe I should do. Great fun though. Oh, I meant to say, the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that I'm sporting a pair of new summer gloves. Look at that. These Mrs. Flyer's got a pair too. They're really good. They're nice and tactile. I can use the camera easily. They're from a company called Racer. They're excellent value summer gloves. They're less than 50 quid if I remember right. I'll stick a link below in the description to them, and also a link to channel sponsors Biker Heads, because if you look at their website, again I'll put a link to that, you can check out where your local stockists are. I buy online from Sports Bike Shop. I always find they got excellent prices and service. But also check out with your local dealers if you want to try some on first via bikerheads.co.uk. In hot weather like this, it's nearly 100 degrees, they're absolutely perfect to get a bit of airflow over your hands. Gotta just turn the camera on again because look at these views now. See for miles over these mountains. Stunning. Tom said it was going to be a beautiful ride, he wasn't wrong. Another beautiful blue lake in the distance. I hope you can see that on the GoPro. Nice. Looking quite low though again. Water levels on there, looking at the banks. Beautiful scenery alert. Another stunning valley. So this hotel we're staying at tonight is apparently an ex-convent. So that should be quite interesting. I don't know too much about convents, but when I was a teenager I did see a film about one once. It was called Nuns in Rubber, if I remember rightly. It stuck in my mind. Anyway, looking forward to checking out that hotel. Oh, lovely smell of penis again through here. So once again, massive evidence and signs of mining. Look at this whole mountain has been mined, open cast mined. I guess that's for iron ore, I don't know. Wow, look at this big flat plain here. This is obviously was a lake, completely dried up. Incredible. Oh my word, look at the size of this mine. I've never seen anything as big as this. This is Rio Tinto. Look at it. Absolutely massive open cast mine. Never seen anything like that in my life. Countryside just decimated by it. Wow. And active mining going on today, but looks a bit trucks down there moving. This looks to be the ore processing facility here. These massive trucks used to bring the ore up from the mine before it's processed. The size of those beasts. Very impressive. If that's the right word. That is one long conveyor belt. Check out the colour of this lake next to me, and the banks, the shores, the iron oxide presumably that is making that colour. It's quite vivid and quite stunning. Obviously an area very rich in minerals. These bizarre formations. Never seen anything quite like that before. Right, according to the sat nav, we've got about 18k to do. I think about 20 minutes to Aracena, where that converted convent hotel is. And I have to say, can't come soon enough now. I need a dip in the pool and a beer, not necessarily in that order, but we'll see. I'll take any order, frankly. Well, this scenery now really has opened up onto an epic scale. Wasn't expecting anything quite like this. What a fabulous way to finish our first day of riding on this latest tour. It's been an absolute corker. And here we are, folks. Welcome to Aracena, and up here somewhere is our first hotel. So we'll park the bikes up and check ourselves in, and we'll show you around the room. So welcome to our hotel room. I can't remember what the name of the hotel is, but we'll find out in a minute. Mrs. Flyer got here a few moments before me and has prepared it, so we'll do the tour in the customary way. Over to you, Mrs. Flyer.
Well, this is an amazing room. It's previously a convent, vaulted ceiling. It's lovely and cool in here.
It is beautifully cool, isn't it?
It is unbelievable.
And the piece de resistance?
Look at this. I'm like,
yeah, that'll do, wouldn't it?
wow.
Nice.
And it just, it's enormous.
Oh, we've got one of those hand wash things. Brilliant.
Yeah, you can wash your feet in there.
Brilliant.
It's
great.
Lovely. It's amazing.
So, that's an absolute corker. Much needed, because pretty tough first day, but day one was always going to be the longest. There is a pool here, I hear, and I just saw the bar as I walked through. We're going to hit that, and we'll see you in the morning. All right, I know we said we'd see you in the morning, but we thought we'd just show you the swimming pool set up here in the hotel. You got the card, Carol? Excellent. Right, this is a top place. That was Dom, not any of us. This is us lot, we're having beers.
I was in there swimming. I was in there swimming.
But in fairness, we have been in swimming. We haven't just had a beer, so cheers.
You get thirsty swimming, don't you? Don't you?
Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to the Hotel Convento Aracena. Turns out that's what it's called, so the Aracena Convent. So, yeah, had a great night here. Absolutely amazing hotel. Slept really well in that there bed there. Had a great meal last night. Had fun around the swimming pool. Just a really, really nice day after quite a hard day on the bike. Anyway, today's not going to be quite so tough, not covering quite so many miles. Let me show you on the map what we're going to be doing. So, we are down here at the moment in Aracena. As you can see, we're just sort of north of Seville. And we're going to be travelling through this national park, and we're going to cross the border into Portugal, heading up to the town of Évora, which is where we're staying tonight. So Évora is the target tonight. Again, I think we've got another cracking hotel. Looking forward to showing you that and showing you the route. So we're going to go and get a bite of breakfast, and we'll see you on the bike. Okay, Cheerio Hotel. Quite a start to the day. Cobbles to begin with, and some cars. Here we go. What a way to start the day. Slippery cobbles, 2 up. Anyway, got away with it so far. Alrighty. I think first stop is petrol station. Okay, so our routing today is as we leave here, we're going to head sort of south and west towards the Algarve, and then we're going to track further west towards a place called Baja, B-A-J-A, for our lunch, and by then we will be in Portugal. So we've got some green tinge bits on the map that we're going to be going through. Should be a good day's riding. Not quite sure on the overall distance. I think we're looking about 250 kilometres, something like that. So what's that, 150 miles? So maybe not quite as far as yesterday. Hopefully we'll be at the hotel a little bit earlier, so we can have a bit of chill time. That's the plan anyway. Alrighty, first and possibly only fuel stop of the day. Fuel is included on these trips, so we fill them all up in one go, and then we're all at the same point, theoretically at least. Right, we're all fueled up, ready to go, settle in for another day on the road. It's going to be a beautiful day weather forecast wise again. It might be a real hot one like it was yesterday, and then the forecast is set to go properly south, as in there's rain forecast, which is most unusual for this time of year, that it's coming in so early. We're recording this in the middle of September, and normally rain doesn't come in till October, so that is why we knew that forecast was there. So that's why Carol and I have brought our full waterproof kits. Although we suffered yesterday and today in the heat, I think we'll be glad that we did, if we do get a deluge or two over the next few days. But anyway, we'll worry about that at the time. Just make the most of today. So I have to say, what we've seen of this town of Aracena, it looks like a really beautiful place. We didn't unfortunately get here early enough such that we could look around the town, but looks like it's worthy of a visit in the future. Plenty here. I think there's a historic centre and all sorts going on. And I believe tonight where we're going as well, much the same. So if we get a chance, we'll get out and have a look around the town. So we're well clear of the town now, and we've started the day's riding proper with a little twisty section. I'm not sure how much of this there will be today, but I suspect a fair amount. That's the nature of this part of the world. Stunning scenery once again. I'm amazed how green it still looks everywhere, given what a hot, dry summer we've had. Presumably these trees are well adapted to that sort of game though. Wow, check out that cliff up there. Wild formation, not seen anything quite like that before. So Dom's just pulled us over here to just point out that the trees that we're passing, we've been passing them all the time, these are actually cork trees. Apparently super common around here. Not sure I'd recognise them, but yeah, there we go. What would we do without corks, eh?